Right, what's happening, everyone? It's the Versat, the 10-1. Right, and I'm here to give my thoughts on match number 14. The match between
4x, 3.5x.
right, yeah, the match between Ireland, England and Scotland. I believe this happened in New Zealand. Right. To start off with, first of all, England were in much more pressure than with the Scots, and Scotland actually has some pretty good support. Okay. The England batsmen actually batted with some purpose, like some purpose to preserve their wickets, because the way Muhammad Ali batted and the way Ian Bell batted, you can sort of say that they were just specifically looking to put the bad balls away. Now, you bat with an intent to score a lot of runs when you look to also put the good balls away. And putting the good balls away is a skill that distinguishes, great batsmen from average batsmen, and then your tail enders. But Muhammad Ali, he did good. He picked up a century. Ian Bell, he was always a bit iffy in the. He was iffy in the middle, you could see that he was actually feeling kind of uncomfortable. With the rate England were going at, this was a good batting pitch, if you will, for the most part, and the Scot were medium pacers at medium to slow, like genuine slow, as in slow, bowling at best. I mean, look at Majid Haq. He was bowling some of the slowest deliveries, some people have ever seen. I mean, there's to an extent, line and length matters, but when it comes to that much pace, any good length delivery can be made into a full toss while just dancing down the wicket. And when you have that much time, when the ball is that slow, when you have that much time, I don't know why Majid Haq wasn't given that much of the charge. But anyways, Muhammad Ali eventually got out, and then so did Ian Bell as well. They tried to shift Gary Balance up the order. That didn't work. And a bit this and there also towards the end. And England ended up with 303. Now Jeffrey Boycott, he actually, was it Jeffrey Boycott or oh sorry, I think it's David Lloyd Bumble. Yeah. David Lloyd or Bumble, he actually made a very good point. He said, "Why aren't this is not a 300, this is a 400 pitch. Why aren't England going for it?" Excuse me. And he was right. The lack of intent from England was not there. Especially towards the pretty much throughout the game. I mean, even the bowling, that intent of winning with a great margin. There's a huge lack of intent from England. That intent to show that they're actually the truly the dominant side. I'll give you a very good example. The highest ODI total, I believe, recorded was by Sri Lanka. Guess who it was against? It was against Kenya, because Sri Lanka wanted to prove a point, and I believe it was also in a World Cup match. Sri Lanka wanted to prove a point. They're not there to fuck around. I believe it's that 441. Excuse me. Yeah. So that's how you should treat an associate nation. Not taking too much away from Scotland, but the way they bowled. I mean, had they did that against Australia, had they did that against New Zealand, well, I think the New Zealand match actually happened, but against Australia, they would have been crushed, absolutely crushed. Okay, now and honestly, take away Moeen Ali's innings. What you got? I mean, for real, 303. After that Moeen Ali century, you post up 303. Okay. Now to start off, the England bowlers. First of all, they need to check their bowling lineup. Don't open the bowling with Stuart Broad anymore. I mean, look, give the ball to Chris Wilkes. Give the ball to him already. Stuart Broad is now you can kind of say a shadow of himself, shadow of the enforcer. Stephen Finn, he needs some remedial work to do, because for a bowler his size to bowl 140 Ks and not 150 Ks, it's disheartening. It's disheartening, and it's how to put it? It's flabbergasting. It's even flummoxing to an extent. This tall built motherfucker can't bowl 145 46 K delivery consistently, and he's supposed to be the pace guy, the pace man of the team. When you have Rubal Hussain bowling at 145 146 Ks, when you have Taskin Ahmed bowling at 100 around 145 Ks, when you have Wahab Riaz bowling 150 Ks, when you have freaking I think it was Mitchell Marsh 150 Ks, you got this beetle looking motherfucker can barely make it past the 140K mark. Yeah, so definitely something over there. And I liked how they brought up the was it this match or no? Yeah, I think it was this match. I liked how they brought up the clip of the of the fastest delivery in world cricket, that Shoaib Akhtar to Nick Knight, 161 Ks. And this is one thing I like in this World Cup. They're actually referencing previous matches, previous tournaments with clips. I like this. Now, I would have liked to seen it a bit more in the Bangladesh match, and I like to in fact, the next match, Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka, I'd like to see some more clips. Not necessarily World Cup clips, but maybe clips of the two times we actually beat. Was it 2 or was it 3 now? But the times we actually beat Sri Lanka and all that, and when Sri Lanka are on top, the time when the Sri Lankan batsmen took apart the Bangladeshi bowling. So I'd like to see those as well. And okay, not the Scott innings. Lost the opener a bit early, but then again, the middle order sort of had that partnership going, and at one point the required run rate was almost 8, and the current run rate was just below 4, and then you had big overs of 8 runs, 9 runs, 12 runs, 14 runs, in a string. But after that, it just fell apart. Moeen Ali got 2 wickets, and then I believe Stephen Finn also got a wicket, and then after that, it just came crumbling down big time. And even though Majid Haq, he relayed some confidence in the team, after the first innings, at the first innings presentation, Majid Haq said he's confident in the team. Scotland were all off for eventually 177. England should not be that satisfied with this victory, because this is their first victory in this tournament after being having been made to look like the bitch boys of this tournament, of this group. So yeah, I mean, good effort by Scotland, but you expected a lot more. And given that a lot of Scottish players, they have people who are accustomed to the English style of batting and bowling and fielding, so expected a better fight out of them. And it was nice to see that I think there are few fans in the crowd who are holding up a Scotland and a freedom sign, in the crowd. That was real nice to see. Good support for Scotland. Right now, Bangladesh, they will have to look at these teams big time, because they have to avoid any more slip ups. Because if anything, Bangladesh are the team with perhaps one of the teams with perhaps the most to lose. Bangladesh and West Indies, because they're hovering on the number 8 and number 9 spot in ODI cricket. They're perhaps the team with perhaps the most to lose. Given that the next tournament will be I think still 10 teams. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good luck changing the minds of some stuck up motherfuckers, man, who keep marketing cricket wrong. Right. It's gonna be around 10 teams, I believe. Yeah. So the number 8 and number 9 team will be very cautious. So you'd expect Bangladesh to be a bit more careful, and especially given that one of the bowlers has gone out and another bowler came in, and I wasn't expecting Shafil Islam to come in, because Shafil Islam recently he's not been in good form. I mean, I know he has some swing and he has some decent pace. He's a guy who can bowl at times he can bowl 140 in Bangladeshi conditions. I know that, but maybe give Abdul Razak a call. Maybe give Sohag Ghazi a call. Given that you're gonna have teams with a lot of left-handers, Sohag Ghazi wouldn't have been a bad choice. Abdul Razak, he's perhaps the most experienced left-arm spinner we have, so maybe give him a call. But those two people didn't even earn contracts this time around, so you can sort of see Bangladesh, they kind of don't value them that much, maybe, which is very disheartening as a Bangladesh cricket fan. But anyway, yes, Bangladesh should be very careful, especially against Sri Lanka. Now they're they've started winning. Against England, now they've started winning, and against Scotland, who are looking to win. So, and I believe after that, the one more game left is New Zealand. We had Afghanistan, we had Australia washed out, we have Sri Lanka next, we have England, we have Scotland, and we have New Zealand. Yeah. So it's gonna be a tough couple of games for Bangladesh. We're sitting at 3 points, and with a decent run rate, we're sitting number 3, in the table. So we need at least maybe 2 more wins to actually secure a place at the quarterfinals. So hopefully Bangladesh go in with that mind frame, and let's see what happens this coming Wednesday night, Thursday morning. All right, and that's about it. I'm looking forward to your suggestions. Please do leave your own opinions. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll catch you guys probably tomorrow. Tomorrow with another video. All right. So we're signing out.
Color enhancements enabled. Webcam recorded video duration label.
Yeah.
Color enhancements disabled.